So there's a lot of awards that have been announced, including our own Dice Tower Awards. That's not in our news because, well, we did it, so you can go check out the Dice Tower Award nominations, dicetowerawards.com. The Spiel, we talked about those awards last week, and next week we'll talk about the Origins Awards. But we have the Jogo de Año. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It's the Portuguese Awards, the Portuguese Game of the Year. The nominees for that is Horseless Carriage, Nucleum, Evacuation, Scholars of South Tigris, and Hegemony.
Wow.
Those are heavy.
I was gonna say, so this is heavy Euro Game of the Year because that's what that is.
They swing heavier, yeah, much more than the Spiel. Wow.
That's very impressive.
That's cool.
That is an audience that's definitely going to be tremendously happy with these. There's a lot of people out there that I bet this is their award because of these nominees.
So have you guys heard of Aliyah?
Yes, I have.
What is it?
It's a publisher?
No! It's a singer! The lead singer of Saltatio Mortis?
Oh, yeah,
What?
yeah. The Saltine Crackers.
No.
Salt.
So this is the new face of Spiel Essen. Anyhow, he's a rock star. So he's from a well-known German rock band. So not as known in America, but he's going to be dressed in his personal, original Geralt of Rivia armor from The Witcher 3. He's an enthusiastic gamer. He and his band will be there, and they're going to do a special program there. So you can go watch a rock concert.
What?
All right.
I don't know.
Cool.
Cool, I guess. Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, I mean, assuming
I'm all about, like...
Das ist das Spielen! Spielen!
I think it's really cool that there's someone, like, outside the hobby that's in the hobby that we didn't know about, kind of thing,
I think
I think that's really neat.
I didn't know either,
Yeah, that's really cool.
Carol
About this
Rapp,
person
who manages
existing.
the Spiel, says you can tell how much Aliyah's fire burns for games and for Spiel.
Oh.
And we are passionate about music just as much. Together we can reach and inspire people who might not have had us on their radar individually.
Cool.
Which is true.
Yeah. That's neat.
So, there you go.
Mutually beneficial.
I like it.
And there's also going to be some games coming eventually from some of these things, some RPGs and things like that, set in whatever world this guy's music is in.
Earth. No?
Anywho, Star Wars X-Wing and Star Wars Armada are done. The Atomic Mass, who is the current publisher, even though these were originally from Fantasy Flight, they got moved over to Atomic Mass, is no longer doing them, although they said don't worry, they will still be publishing Star Wars Legion and Star Wars Shatterpoint. Or I think it's just called, I don't think it's called Star Wars Shatterpoint, I think it's just called Shatterpoint something. Anyhow, both of those, unfortunately, are ground games. So if you want to play space games in Star Wars, right now there's no option, except you can still play these games. They're not making new product for them. Star Wars X-Wing came out in 2012. It was definitely one we talked about as consideration for a Hall of Fame award.
Yeah.
Because it really did change the hobby, and a 12-year run is not a bad run for a miniature game at all. Armada was never as popular as as X-Wing. I liked it better, actually. But I just like the bigger ships and things. But anyhow, yeah, I don't know. The people, what's happening. Essentially, it just wasn't making as much money. Did Atomic Mass put effort into it, like Fantasy Flight? Maybe not, but this is what happens when you shuffle things up in Asmodee.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said, I mean, you can still play the game. It's not like, oh no, there's nothing more coming out for it. It's dead. No, like you can still play the stuff you have, Like, I hate that idea of
the idea of like, oh no, the game's now dead. It's like, you know what else is dead, technically, by that definition? Most board games.
Most board games, yeah, right. That
Like, they don't
aren't
have
getting
anything else
expansions.
coming out.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
and I get it. It's a miniatures game, just like a collectible card game. You sort of see them differently. There is a meta there that evolves. But 12 years worth of meta is fine.
Yeah.
Come on. It's not, yes, they're not supporting it anymore. It's not dead.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know what this will do to prices. Sometimes the prices go up.
Yeah.
But like when Wizards of the Coast, they stopped making D&D miniatures, and then that market crashed. You could get those real cheap.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and they did Star Wars too. D&D, Wizards had a Star Wars miniature game for a while.
Oh, really?
I bought it mostly for the miniatures, not for the game. The game was just a D20 roll around and fight stuff. All right, Rummy Cube. What's going on with Rummy Cube? Well, there's
There's a rock band.
There's Rummikub Drama. So
What?
Lamada Light Industries announced a deal. Lamada is the company in Israel. Rummikub's from Israel. That they made a deal with Hasbro exclusively to distribute Rummikub. After they made that, then Goliath Games said, no, we have Rummikub in North America. So who knows? Someone has Rummikub in North America. Still very popular, and we'll see what happens.
So they're fighting for who has the right to publish it. Okay.
It does sell quite a few copies. I know that. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Pressman's involved, too.
Oh.
All right. Lose. This is a new game coming from Yellow.
Oh.
This is from Taiki Shinzawa, a 2014 game. So this is a 10-year-old game that they're redoing, and it's now 3 to 5 players and has a new scoring system. You're predicting how many tricks you're going to win in a round without knowing exactly which cards you have.
Trick-taking game!
So you'll get the cards, and you can see the back, so you'll know the suits, but you don't know what you have, necessarily. This is coming out
Shinzawa is
October.
like, I found this out from Mike DeLisio, of course, but Taiki Shinzawa is like the trick-taking master right now.
Oh, got it.
Like, if you're a trick-taking fan, then this is like one of 3 names that you're like, oh, Taiki Shinzawa, you know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
All right. Cool cover here, I think. Sea or Shore. This is from
cute.
Jolly Dutch Productions, Lars Jansen, sorry. And I believe, is this another trick-taking game? No, you're just revealing. Oh, no, yeah, it is another trick-taking game. So if you have the highest number in a color, you're going to match a matching treasure on the board or steal a treasure from someone else who has played that same color. So that sounds a little like simultaneous reveal more than trick-taking, but either way, it looks cool, and I really like that cover.
That is cute.
Oh, yeah. It's
Well,
kind of deceptive. Kind of looks like a kid's game, though.
That's how the Jolly Dutch games kind of look.
Do they?
Though. Yeah.
And to be, I'm not saying I dislike it. I do like it. It's just, I would not have gotten that.
Let's see if you still like this next group of games here. This is from New Mill Industries, and we have the Icarus Club and
Wait, what? The what?
the Icarus Club. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying it wrong. I never mispronounce stuff. And 7 Prophecies.
Oof.
These are also trick-taking games. You can tell Mike DeLisio does the news, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you really can, yeah.
I know one of these 2, or maybe not one of these 2. I know these guys are the ones reprinting My Favorite Carrera. Is that one of these 2, Mike? Mike, are you there?
Are we pausing?
Mike.
Anyway.
Yeah, these guys are doing, they came out with the one I reviewed.
Gotta say, though, those boxes, are they trying to not sell them?
Yeah, they have a very,
That's rough.
they have quite the look. Huh?
You can't even read the Icarus Club. Like, I thought the name of it was whatever's up top. I can't see it right now with that
The bottom
banner,
one
but,
looks like a tract. Like here, would you like to hear about the 7 Prophecies?
Yeah.
Like some pamphlet literature you
It
get at an
does.
airport
I
from a
see.
guy.
Or like
Yeah.
He's like, let me tell you about the 7 Prophecies. You're like, oh, what are they?
Right, or like a book from, I don't know, 1900 or something.
And the top one looks like a dartboard.
It's just illegible. Yeah, those
Yeah,
are.
these guys do a lot of reprinting trick-taking games.
Which means they're probably good, though. With trick-taking, I assume that if they look not that great, they're probably a fun game.
And they reprint, yeah. The last one I reviewed from them was a modern trick-taking game, not like a reprint, really. I didn't like it very much. I thought it was a little flat. But I know they're reprinting one, which I reviewed a long time ago, too. Incredibly hard to find. That is getting a new edition with a new theme. And that is a good game, that Favorite Carrera game. And I don't know which one. I don't know what it's going to be called.
Okay, anyhow, Spring Cleaning is a new card game coming from Little Dog Games. This is designed by Jonathan Cox, or as many people on the internet know, John Gets Games. So this is a game that he designed. You're trying to get rid of the trash. It's a card shedding game. So you get rid of cards from your hand. You can't rearrange cards in your hand. And you're going to offer cards, and then someone might use that offer if it's in their hand at a spot of their choice, letting you manipulate cards in your hand somehow. It sounds
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Don't love the cover. I like the dog. The dog's cute, but the background just makes it look, I don't know.
There's not quite enough going on, maybe, but not in a streamlined, simple
It looks
way.
like I made the thing. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
here's a cool
yeah.
font. Here's a background I found. Here's clip art of a dog.
Right, yeah. The dog is cute, though.
And the dog is cute.
And it's not trick-taking.
No, it's card
card
shedding.
shedding.
Yeah, but hey.
Do you
I
like
like-
that? Do you like
You can
card
do-
shedding?
I like it more than trick-taking. I mean,
not
it's something
saying
to
much.
do with cards that's not trick-taking.
All right.
You know, most card games aren't trick-taking games.
Not in my Dice Tower experience.
Fair.
All right. Well, they're remaking. We're going to board games now. Tonga Bonga.
Tonga Bonga from
This game came out in 1998.
Randolph, or who is
Wow.
it? It's somebody famous.
This is Stefan Dora.
Dora, that's right.
And interestingly enough, for me anyway, I've never played it.
How have you never played Tonga Bonga?
I don't know. It just never crossed my radar. And I like
You quite
a lot of
gamer.
Stefan Dora's stuff. The new cover's interesting. No, I don't dislike it, but it looks a little. I don't know. It doesn't draw me, I guess. The old one has that wacky almost. It's like we made this in the '90s.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of a peaceful cover.
Yeah, Platy has been reprinting all this old stuff from
Yeah.
all sorts of designers with their L boards, their weird L boards.
Mike says he loves the cover.
Yeah, I
He
think it's
probably
don't-
loves the
peaceful.
game too.
I really
I know
like-
he likes the company.
I don't dislike it, but anyway, it's a racing game. You're racing around a bay, the Tonga Bonga Bay, and visiting different islands and getting back. I do like racing games, so I'll have to give this one a try. This is the new English-Korean version that will be coming out in 2024. Wow, 26 years later.
Yeah, wow.
Vassal's Law has just been like decimated. Like if a game has been printed, it will be printed again. All right. Skull Queen is coming out. I'm assuming it's the sequel to Skull
I
King.
assume so,
But
yeah.
more powerful, like chess. Anyhow, this is a trick-taking game. We're back to trick-taking games from Stefan Dora also. 2 to 6. And you have to decide before you play whether you will win or lose tricks for every suit.
Yeah, this is a different thing. I believe they're really just tying Skull Queen here to Skull King thematically. They do not sound like similar games. They are from different designers. They're just hoping to sell Skull Queen because
Got it.
Skull King is popular.
It's a marketing thing.
I'm not seeing the connection. They're both trick-taking games. You know what I mean?
There you go.
That's it. But
And
Stefan
Skull King was
Dora-
really popular. It's one of the most popular trick-taking
It
games.
is. And Stefan Dora has made some of the most popular trick-taking games ever made, like Niet. So,
No. All right. Agent Dog is coming out. This is from Schmidt. So there's already a couple dog variations. They've done Dog Royal in 2012 and Black Dog in 2026, but now we have Agent Dog. Dog is a game in Germany that's very similar to Portuguese, which it definitely looks like on the board
Yeah,
there.
Okay.
But you play. The recommended way to play is with team play. So looks good,
Interesting.
but also it better be better than Portuguese because I really hate Portuguese.
it's very
Yeah.
much, it's like Portuguese with cards instead of dice.
Oh, you played it?
No, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's also
Okay.
like that one game from Iceland where you same thing, you're moving.
I say,
and you
well,
play
you're the
cards.
person who's going to play this because doesn't your mom love Portuguese?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
All right. A bunch of kids' games Schmidt has also announced here. So we have Sta Vorm Bau, which is traffic jam in front of construction, Kaffer Parade, and the one I'm most interested in, Top die Tort, on the bottom because it's from Wolfgang Warsch. And last year, one of his games was nominated for the Kinderspiel, and you're building a cake. Building a cake, Wolfgang Warsch. I'm
yeah,
done.
you're
Yeah.
definitely in there. I don't know, that ant one looks really cute at the top left. I like that.
Oh, they all look
I like
look
that.
cute.
It's
Oh,
cute.
although the second one, again, looks like a video, direct to video. They're like, it's like bugs, but
All three, what's funny is the composition of all three covers is the same.
It is.
Somebody leaning in to the shot.
Yeah.
what is it about board game covers that they love that breaking the fourth wall? One character in the cover is like, I know you're
Hey.
looking at me.
I know, that's
It's
weird,
inviting, maybe. I don't know. It feels personal.
It's a selfie.
Selfies, they're in. Selfie games. All right. Let's try to move on to non-card games, but no, we got Wild Wild Pattern. Wait, did we skip one?
Not as far as I know.
Go back one. Huh. Did I skip one? Well, whatever.
Unless it was added in, like.
We'll talk about Wild Wild Pattern on some other day. Let's talk about Lone Wolves.
Well, Pattern is next.
Oh, it is? Okay, they must have just got moved.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, now we're on Wild Wild Pattern. All right, let's take a, this is a, you're creating a pattern in the wheels of cards in front of you. But if you make the right pattern, you can win. You have 8 cards. And you're putting cards before and after. Oh, fastest brain in the West.
Is it a speed game? Because if so, yes.
It is an elimination game.
Double yes.
All right, let's go back now to Lone Wolves, because I love the cover of Lone Wolves.
It is
Okay, let's see.
really
Let's
pretty.
see.
So we're going back to Lone Wolves now. We'll get there. I like the cover. I like the way the cards look.
And it's a
I
two-player
really
only
like
game.
it.
2-player trick-taking game. Seriously, look, I know we joke about the trick-taking renaissance. Is anyone else? I know that you don't like them in general, but it feels a little overwhelming at this point, the number that are coming out.
It is weird.
Yeah,
Again, what
it's like-
happened there? The zeitgeist has changed. I remember a few years ago, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, you couldn't sell a trick-taking game.
Yeah.
Companies would be like, they would make somebody's game and that game would be popular, and then you could tell they would print that person's trick-taking game as like a solid to them. Like, well, you know, we published this thing, it did really well for us. Sure, we'll publish your trick-taking game because you want it out there. But it was poison. They were, you know, absolutely something you couldn't move. Now everybody's got one.
I do like
Right.
this. John says
like-
Lone Wolves doesn't make sense.
True.
It's either Lone Wolf or Wolves.
Lone
Yeah,
wolves
yeah.
make sense.
They're not lone if there's 2 of them.
They're lone.
Two
There's
lone wolves.
Okay. They're like looking for love?
No, they encounter each other in the wild and probably fight.
Okay.
which I guess thematically makes sense.
Looks
Except for
cool.
the trick taking.
All right, let's
It-
jump.
It's
Oh, sorry.
pretty. I was gonna say it is pretty. I was
It
giving
looks
it a
awesome.
compliment.
Yeah.
Again, we know
here
that
we
Mike,
go, here we go,
Mike Alicia
Knizia.
does our news because we're talking about 2 things: trick-taking games.
And Knizia.
Knizia
If
and
either one of
Japanese
these is a
games.
trick-taking game from Knizia, mind blown.
All right. Well, the first one there, Palmyra, is a redone version of the game. It originally came out, I think, as Palmyra, but then in 2005, it was released as Motley Fool Presents Buy Low, Sell High. Do you
Which
remember
one's
that?
that? Yeah, absolutely. I owned that game for a long
That's
time.
the top one, Palmyra. That's Buy Low, Sell High.
I like that game. I used to own that game, yes.
And then the bottom one is another re-release. It's Brow, but it used to be called Whale Riders. Sorry, that's a terrible game. I almost threw up talking about it. But Whale Riders, the card game, which some people like. I hate
Riders,
it.
is
I
that-
love Whale Riders.
Is that
Whale
okay.
Riders is good. Whale Riders, the card game, is terrible.
I was
Well,
gonna ask
we're
if that
writers.
was different.
The card game was already a reprint of, like, Trendy,
Yes,
right?
still terrible.
It was Trendy, Well Riders, the card game, Brawl, I guess. That is an O, right?
Brawl, yes.
What a bro.
Brawl.
Yeah, it's a weird name, right?
All right, cool.
Yeah, huh.
All right. Well, anyhow,
What did I just say, Mike? It was Trendy first. Somebody
more
take away.
Reiner Knizia. Don't worry, there's good news coming, I think.
Ah, jeez.
Razzia, which is a redone version of Razzia, which is a raw card game. And a lot of people really liked it. I'm not sure I ever
they're-
played Ra, the card game.
They're
Razzia.
reprinting that, huh? I have that.
Razzia. Then the other
Card
one,
game?
Razia.
Razia?
It's like Raw, the card game. I have
Yeah,
that.
so that's the one you had of these 2.
then Ra and Right, which is the newest in our Smurf and Right section of games. This one's a flip and right one, inspired by Ra. Haha to the name. I don't know that I care about it. I mean, there already
Is
is
this-
Ra, which is amazing. And then there's Ra the dice game, which
Yeah,
is
but
fine.
is this a reworking of Raw, the dice game? Because if you play Raw, the dice
no, it's
game
flipping
now,
right. Flipping right.
flipping right. It still could be a reworking of that because Ra the Dice game really feels like a roll and write now. Like if you play that game now, you're like, man, if they made this today, you can tell it would be a flipping or a roll and write. You know, it was before that thing was popular. So they put cubes on stuff and whatever. But now, if you did it now, they would definitely be riding on some dry erase board. So maybe it's something like that, reworked. I'm glad they're using the 25th century look and that it's them.
It might be great, so I don't want to... And Whataya is kind of cool.
Wow, talk about everything Ra is new again.
All right, let's go to some actual board games finally.
Here we go. Jeez,
right.
I'm sick of
Let's do
Knizia.
it. Here we go.
You want to go back to Knizia?
Let's go back to trick-taking Knizia.
So Avalon Hill has a 5th edition of Talisman coming out. Wow. Talisman, the Magical Quest game. That's kind of a cool, evocative cover there. This is coming out July 1st, and it adds co-op play. That's kind of cool.
That's different.
Which one is it? The top one or the one on the right?
The top one is the new one. The one on the right is the new expansion. That's for this. That's the cooperative version. That's going to add cooperative, even though that cover looks like they're all fighting, but I guess it says alliances underneath it.
But they're looking away. They're not looking at each other. So that's how you know.
That cover literally looks so busy up on the screen we're looking at it that I can't tell what I'm looking at.
I really like the top one, that perspective of
it's also a
throne, but
a campaign. There's sealed envelopes. It says not legacy, but you still open an envelope to go through to do it. Talisman has its fans, and it's been popular forever and ever, so... All right, let's talk about something cool. Heroescape. So Renegade announced their Heroescape Wave 2 coming out. So let's take a look at each of these.
Is Wave 1 out?
Wave 1's being released at Gen Con, so they're just announcing Wave 2.
Got it.
So first we have Revna's Rebuke, Kiri Warriors. This is actually very similar. They had a lot of these warriors in the first one. They just want to show off different people with wings. And I like them. Yeah, they look great. So that's exciting. The next one is the one I'm the most excited about. This Revna's Rebuke.
That's
this
cool.
spider robot thing looks so cool.
Yeah, it does.
What's that called? It's a Iron Lich Viscerat and the Necrotech Wraith Riders. Someone said the Necrotech Wraith Riders are coming for you. I'd be a little worried, right?
That's a gang I would join, I think.
I'm really excited about those. They're also releasing just a pack of terrain, which is something Heroescape fans have wanted for years.
Yes.
Just buy terrain. I've ordered 50, and I have not, because it's probably super expensive. And then also water. This one made me laugh when they announced it, though, because they're like, never before seen. Groups of 3 water. Like, okay.
It is cool that it's that clear acrylic, though.
Yeah, but that's what it was in the base game.
Oh, okay.
Originally.
Well,
it's just that 3-shaped piece is the new one. It does look really cool, though. And then real quick, we have a picture to show you the difference because, again, remember that you can get them unpainted or painted. I just can't imagine playing this unpainted.
It's really, do you want to paint it yourself or do you want someone else to paint it?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, you have to pay more money to get the, well, no, but some people will say I can't afford the painted ones. But to me, it's painted or nothing. If you're buying an unpainted to paint it, that's still painted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's the
like
point
I'm not playing Heroescape in a sea of gray. All that cool terrain, all these cool cards, and then gray miniatures. I can't do it. I get why it costs more, but if I get these, it's going to be painted every time. All right. Well, we talked about the Spiel des Jahres, and one of the nominees is Sky Team. It's maybe, we don't know if it will win or not, but it's clearly the most popular of the game. So whenever you get nominated, the next week you announce an expansion. That seems to happen on a consistent basis. So an expansion coming, Turbulence.
I think they actually had teased this before the nomination, so, but of course they're now ringing that bell.
Right.
And, so, and well, you should, right?
This adds 20 more scenarios with new rules and modules to add to the game.
Yeah, that's cool. The game already had a few little bells and whistles that you could sort of tweak as you played, right? Oh, play with this one thing. Play with the modules, like you said. 20 more little things you can add or subtract. Cool.
I think this is like the perfect expansion for a game like this, because when they announced or teased the expansion, I was like, it doesn't need more complication, it doesn't need more rules, it doesn't need, but something like this, just a couple more modules or more airports to go to, things like that. I think that's really the best way to handle the expansion. And it's such a quick game. it is one that I could see you wanting more to do or more variability in it. Because, I mean, this is just a go-to, pull off the shelf, play in 20 minutes. You can go through and actually use all the content it's bringing.
Yeah. Yeah, what they need to not be doing is, some companies will be like, oh, an expansion that makes it solitaire. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and we invented a 3-player mode with one
Right.
player playing the plane. And you're like, no, stop.
Right, yeah.
This is it. This is what you want. More places to land.
Yeah.
More crap going wrong on the plane.
Give me
Done.
more in this box, not a wider berth, kind of more that it's doing. I don't want more that it's doing. I want more in these modules.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Chad points out that the people on the cover are not looking at you. He said that's how you win awards.
That's how you do it.
All right. Cthulhu has invaded everything and now is invading the world of Horrified.
This is so exciting.
But I'm most excited about the hopping vampire in this set. But there are 4 monsters in the new Horrified World of Monsters: the Sphinx, the Yeti, the Jingshi, which is the hopping vampire, and Cthulhu.
I love Yeti. I love Cthulhu. I think this is by far, not even close, by far my favorite cover of all of them. I love the art on it.
I still love the very original. I love the Universal Monsters, but this was going to also come with rules to mix it with the Greek monsters,
Just the Greek.
Yes.
Okay.
which sounds
What's
like
also-
a franchise's beginning.
Yeah. It's
Finally,
weird that
yeah.
it took them this long to kind of get to that, but this one is also cheaper. Has an MSRP that's lower by $10.
Well, it seems like there's less in it. Only
And
4
there's less in
monsters and only
I think it's 5 characters, 4
characters.
monsters, and before it was 6 monsters.
Yeah.
And like 7 playable characters.
And I think
or
that's
whatever.
okay because there's now starting to mix. I don't
Yeah.
need 7 in each box. If you can pull in from the older ones, then you
I
already
do
have
wonder
more.
if you're mixing in stuff from the Greek one, are the looks going to match at all? Those were very
I know,
distinct. There
they
was like
were.
the stone pillars.
Yeah.
The whole thing has a very, that look, a specific vibe. Am I going to get this? Am I going to get a look on the table that doesn't mesh? And I'm a stickler for that.
Yeah.
So I wonder.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. Horrified is a fun series, man. And
Yeah.
if they're finally able to start mixing and matching a little bit, that's cool.
And Mike brings up in the comments how the rule books have significantly decreased in quality.
It's so weird.
And
That's such a weird thing to happen. Like, rulebooks
It
shouldn't
is.
get worse.
And that's something we said in the review of the Greek monsters, how it's
Yeah.
like, wow, they just get more convoluted, less proofreading, it seems like, more FAQs are needed in order to support them. So I hope that this again, all right, Greek monsters was probably your worst, so here's your chance, fix it for us.
Yeah.
If we're going to be including that stuff in it, then give us a good solid rule book to go with it.
All right.
Is there
And
a
then
release date for this one yet? Do you know?
August 1st.
Oh, quick.
In
Yeah,
Target,
cool.
Amazon, and specialty hobby stores nationwide.
Yeah,
All right.
cool. That's exciting.
Cool. Nice.
All right, and then finally, every year GameFound announces a whole bunch of stuff that's coming out called the GameFound Feast. So these were exciting enough that I asked Mike to put them on separate slides, so here we go.
Let's
First,
do it.
we have Valheim, the board game. I'm not sure who that's coming from. I can't see the picture in the corner.
That is a very rich graphic. I like
Hang on,
it.
I'll pull it up on Board Game.
I really like this.
Valheim BGG. I just spelled it incorrectly, but Google fixed it for me.
Oh, Google's your friend.
Mood Publishing.
Mood. Okay.
Designer Ole Steinus. I'm in, baby. Champions of Midgard. That's good.
Oh, he did Deep Rock Galactic too, which I need to play still.
Oh, you guys thought highly of that one, yeah.
Then we have from Synergic, Harakiri, Blades of Honor reprint.
Harakiri.
Plus, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, like Seppuku Harakiri.
Okay. It's a samurai. This is a reprint of the game plus Souls of Yomi.
That's a pretty monster. I like him.
That's
Yeah, I
pretty.
think-
Yeah, it's
I think-
cute. It's probably cute. You
Look
would
at it.
say.
Yeah, look
don't
at
He's
it.
understand
adorable.
what the word
you want
pretty
him
means.
adorable.
He's pretty.
He's adorable. You
His
want
is- I just wanna smell
who wants to go
Okay.
and slave
Yeah.
the world?
You don't get
Also-
pretty. Look at that.
Onward. This is the
You don't
spiritual
get it.
successor to Sky Tier. He said it's not a second edition. It's a new board game set in the same universe. But sounds like a second edition.
Yeah. I think it's Sky Tear. Is it Sky,
Sky
Tear?
Tear? maybe.
Oh,
But
is that
in-
that card game?
Well, no, there's
No.
another game that came out before Tear Horde.
Oh, that's
It's
what
a
I was thinking
MOBA
That
game.
of.
was a MOBA-style lane defense thing, and this is a remake of that, I guess.
Okay.
All right, then
It's
we
the same
have
font.
a Kramer and Kiesling game
Let's
called
go.
Assara.
This is a reprint.
I'm going to assume, yes. Assara came out in 2010
Yeah, with a
from
very, very different look.
Ravensburger, and holy moly, I never played it.
Oh, wow. That's very different.
Yeah.
Well, you can see
Yeah, they
the
make it
roots
look
of the
over
board.
here. They make it like techno punk.
If I showed
Yeah.
this to you, what company would you say made it?
Handsome Gluck.
It looked like Queen to me.
I'd
Yeah.
say Queen.
All right, so we've had some good ones coming here, though. Guilds of Thokea. This is some sort of tactical Euro board game. That cover does not
Whoa.
look at it at all,
There's
though,
a
right?
disconnect with the maples and the cover and the
Don't
cards.
say that
and-
word.
What's it called again? Guilds of what?
Thokaya. Thokaya.
Yeah, it's not on Board Game Geek yet, I think. All right. And then Rumble Planet.
Oh, yeah.
Golf has turned into an interstellar battle royale reality show.
Did you say golf?
Golf like that?
It says golf. It doesn't look like golf, but it says that's what golf has turned into. There's minis and 3D scenery.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. It was cool. It lasted.
Then Martin Wallace introduces Casus Belli. This is from, well, basically coming from Martin Wallace and Martin Wallace Designs. So it's a game of exploration, settlement, and space warfare, up to 4 players.
Gonna be a big one.
Okay.
Heroes of Might Magic 3 has announced a whole pile of expansions, Stronghold, Conflicts, and Cove. So if you've missed some of the monsters that the zillion monsters are in Heroes 3, don't worry, they're going to get them all to you.
Did you play some of this stuff already, by the way?
I still haven't played the game.
No? Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I played Heroes of Might Magic a gazillion times.
Not like
but
the video game. I'm talking about the game that came in. It came
no,
in
the rule book is just, oof. So I'm going to get around to it.
They'll fix it in the expansion.
This one will make you excited, Camilla.
Yeah.
More Terrorscape. Terrorscape is
Yes.
coming.
Oh, yes. I'm glad this was finally announced.
Purified Emily or Emily? Emily? I don't
Putrefied,
Enmity.
maybe?
Enmity, okay. Oh, Putrefied. No, I can't read this. Putrefied Enmity. There we go. And also with a sun trap. Is this basically a whole new Terrorscape? It looks like a whole base game.
Well, it's yeah. They're actually kickstarting the base game again and then adding some expansions to it. So it's a reprint plus.
Are you sure that's not a new version, though?
Which one? The deluxe storage box? Or?
No, the Purified Enmity. Or is that just an
No,
expansion?
it says expansion right above it.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, the deluxe storage box. That's
It's
a cool-
already a big box.
That's a cool looking box, but I don't know if I want it to be bigger. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
All right, and then we have Lands of Galzir, Dreams and Mystery.
Exciting. This is
let's
exciting
go.
too. I like.
More stuff. It looks like it just slides right. This is the kind of expansion I love. Look at that box.
Wow.
That box is to be thrown away.
Yes.
Just throw those
Yeah.
cards right in Lands of Galzir, and you got more stuff.
And it's bringing in like your personal quest and storylines as well, right?
I need to know what happened
Which
to my
I
baby
think
lizard.
That's what I'm really, really excited about. It's just that little bit of individualization with the characters.
Yes.
I think that's gonna be
I
fun.
don't want to meet that spoiled prince again and slap him around.
Slap him a little, yeah. Feed him to the troglodytes.
And then this one kind of came out of nowhere. Above and Below.
Oh, this is so exciting!
Haunted.
Yes. So
Did you guys
cool.
watch the video?
No, there's a
Oh.
video.
No, I mean, you guys knew about these last few.
Oh well, it was announced on BGG yesterday.
Yeah, I saw this.
Got it.
This
Yeah.
one, Atlantic Alzir, I've seen already.
Yeah.
The last one is me when I'm old. On the Above and Below Haunted. But
Doesn't look like you. You're right.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
you.
when I'm old. I like to cover this.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
this is
hoping-
Exciting.
And I'll play this, and I hope it's good and everything Above and Below Haunted. I'm hoping I see Near and Far Part 2. That would get me even more
I'm
excited.
glad.
Really?
I'll tell you what, I'm glad it's this one. Because
Why? I
I
love
definitely
Near
feel
Far.
like, huh?
What? Near and Far is my favorite.
Near and Far is better.
Oh.
I don't know. I still.
This one I feel like needed the oomph to bring it in line with the other ones afterwards a little bit.
Yeah.
The original to me felt a little bit like a trial run.
Yeah, I know you guys. That's how you guys like. in the minority and not thinking that. I love
Okay.
Above and Below.
I thought the last one was your favorite.
Especially, it is, but Above and Below, I think Near and Far is probably my least favorite.
Face West.
Yeah, so it's just I find it fine.
So we actually have this reverse order.
We do, yeah. No, I love Above and Below. I think especially at a lower player count, if you want like the light kind of version, you know, of one of those games. I really like it a lot. I really do. So I think this is exciting. It's a little older. It's okay. It's enough time has passed. Like, okay, yeah, I'm ready for that next step or a little refreshment to it. But I think they also announced in the Kickstarter that they're going to be doing
Game Found.
Sorry. Is it the Above and Below? Can you get the base game, or you can do the upgrades for it? It's an upgrade kit. That's what it was. Yeah, there's something. So I like that. That makes me think it's not replacing Above and Below. It's side by side with it. You know. So we'll see.
This is good news for GameFound. There's a lot of cool stuff coming your way from them. All right.
It's really neat.
That, folks, is the news. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, you would love to game with us at one of our conventions. Check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Bassel.